Here's the thing, bro. Let's keep it all the way 1,000, all right? If I brought on a bunch of Harvard-educated women that weren't the best looking or looked like fucking whales, y'all niggas would not give a fuck what they gotta say. Just like a broke dude that lives with his mom that's a bum that smokes weed every day, no one gives a fuck what he gotta say. No one gives a shit what ugly women gotta say.
Hello, my name is Alex, and welcome to the new segment of Why Are Pickup Artists Still a Thing? When will pickup art finally fall into oblivion and become a distant memory, like those awful dating TV shows on MTV from early 2000s? Maybe one day we will stumble upon pickup artist videos and think to ourselves how stupid and bad they are, how obviously staged and problematic they are. Like shows Next or Room Raiders. Boy, were we dumb when we were 12. I actually believe they were not staged. But Russian television didn't really have any fun shows on it. It was mostly boring stuff. So MTV, I think it came to Russia in like early 2000s, 2003 or 2004, and it was the first real entertainment that we had. So even shows like Next were just the highlight of your day. But now when I think about them, oh my god, they were terrible. Next is awful. It's an awful show. The only fun episodes were actually episodes with gay people in them. There weren't that many, and I'm not saying they weren't problematic, but they were fun at least. And heterosexual episodes with boys and girls, they were just awful, and they were so obviously staged. Anyways, I went on a tangent. I'd like to talk about the podcast called Fresh and Fit, and probably a lot of people have heard of it. For some reason, it's quite popular. It has like over 500,000 subscribers, but their videos aren't really gaining that many views. So it's weird. I don't know how that works. Maybe I'm a tiny YouTuber, so I just maybe don't understand how that works. But if you have 500,000 subscribers, I would assume that on average your video would gain about 500,000 views on average. And if you go through their page, it's like 40, 60, 100,000 maybe. I don't know. It looks suspicious. And these guys revive our favorite word, friend-zoned, the word that I haven't heard since the show Friends was popular. So again, early 2000s. I think they've been inspired by early 2000s ideology, and they miss it a lot. And now feminism ruined it, of course, because feminism ruins everything. And they're reviving this nostalgia about words like friend-zoned. I haven't heard this word in forever. I thought it kind of died out, but I guess it's back. It's back, you guys. Yay. These guys are back to remind us that women are viewed as sex objects, and of course, no normal, reasonable guy would want to be friends with them. The only reason they even interact with women is to have sex with them, and if they don't want to have sex with them, it means that they're friend-zoning them, which is the worst thing that can happen to a guy, because what kind of guy would want to be friends with a woman? So thanks for that reminder. I blocked this in my head for years now. I was in denial about that, and now I've been reminded of that. That's great. Thank you so much. And in my early 20s, that totally happened to me many times when guys were, I'm not sure they actually said the word friend zone out loud because it's gross, but it was evident that they were hanging out with me to potentially sleep with me. And when I made it clear that it was not on the table, they would kind of disappear from my life or get very angry at me or sad or upset. All the guys do is say how bad this friend zoning is to them without even trying to put themselves in our position, when this person you've been hanging out with, who you think was your friend, you were treating them as your friend, later tells you that the only reason they were in your life and they were talking to you, they were supporting you, they were nice to you, is because they actually wanted to sleep with you. How do you think that makes us feel? I'm obviously not the first woman to have a talk about it. A lot of girls do talk about it because it is somehow still a thing, thanks to these guys bringing it up all the time and, putting it titles of their videos as clickbait.
Best pickup line. You're almost excuse me. Just kidding, guys. That is my opener, but it's not the opener that matters. It's the way you say it, your tonality, your body language, your openness when you're speaking with the woman, cadence. All these things come into play, guys, because women are super receptive to you socially. So you need to be able to say it the correct way versus focusing on what to say, okay? Women always look at the underlying message, not the actual message itself.
Women look at the underlying message, not the message itself. Don't we all do that? Isn't this just how communication works? Isn't just this like reading between the lines? What is he teaching us here, really? That people are complicated beings and it's hard to say how we judge each other on the first glance. And it's not only your looks, it's also the things you say, how you say it. This is revolutionary stuff, dude. You should write a book about it. Like, what are you saying, really? It's duh. Men do that too. Everybody does that. Children do that. Everybody does that. We look at the person, and the way we build an opinion about them is by processing the combination of everything, like the way they look, the way they talk, what they say, how they dress, how they gesture, how they smile. It's the combination of it, and this is not new information to anyone, including idiots who watch your podcast. Another thing that I love about his podcast that he put his name into the title when he's interacting with someone else in the clip, especially if it's a girl, he would just use pronouns. And I know it's great to use pronouns, but this is not the situation. The video is called Myron Explains to Her Why She Can't Find a Real Man. To her. And this woman, as far as I understand, she's like the member of the panel quite often. She's not a guest. I mean, even if she was a guest, the fuck. Instead of actually saying I don't know her name. I don't know her name. From the clip, I don't know her name because he said to her, just to like a woman, because all women are identical. We all know that. All women are the same. And all men are the same as well.
Society punishes men for telling you the truth. So you operate in blindness a lot of the times when it comes to dating. I can't tell you how many times we brought women on the show, and they can't really deductively tell us what men really want. They'll tell us a spitting mirror image of what they want. What do you think men want? Well, a girl that's ambitious, a girl that has her shit together, a girl that has things going on in her life. And I'm always like, oh,
I think that's completely wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong.
Yeah. Like I say all the time, niggas like bitches broken bougie. They're like a broken bougie. Cause you know what happened when you get a bitch that's broken bougie? Shut the fuck up. She gonna do what you say. She gonna be quiet. She gonna be that nice, submissive woman that you want. Cause she ain't got shit and she ain't trying to lose you.
Well, here's the thing, though. This is a little bit of a bomb drop here. By you saying I'm a strong, independent woman, you automatically disqualified yourself as a good wife. Because the whole purpose of being a wife is you are now a helpmate. So you go against what independent means.
I agree.
So for a woman to be a wife, you cannot be independent. You can't, because your whole existence is to make your man's life easier and be an asset to him. Because when a woman is truly doing what she needs to do as like by your side as a wife, she makes your life easier. She takes you from operating at 100% to 102%. That can't happen if she's running her own business. That can't happen if she's hyper successful and has her own career. Like, what's going to happen is she's going to be working on her stuff. You're going to be working on your stuff. And at some point, there's going to be a power struggle. Someone's going to have to acquiesce to the other person. Yeah. And I'll tell you this, if the man acquiesces to the woman, it's a fucking wrap. It's over. Because as a woman makes more money and gains more status and gains more power, she's going to start to resent that man for not having the same ambition she does, because he gave up his career for her. But if it goes the other way around, the man rises up, makes more money, status, etc. That woman is going to benefit as a byproduct of that, because men are okay dating down. Women are not, though. So I always tell y'all all the time, make more money than your girl. Be more confident than your girl. Be the leader. It's not because I want you to control your woman. No, it's so that you can control your destiny, and she's going to be happy that you're controlling it, not the other way.
They're living in their own echo chamber there. It's kind of funny to watch sometimes. I mean, the first time I watch it, I get angry because, but like the second time, I just find it funny because, I know what they're gonna say, so it's just It's just ridiculous. At the end of the day, it's just ridiculous. But again, the women, what are they doing there? What are you doing there, girl? Did they take your passport? Are they holding your hostage there? Are you at least getting paid? I don't know. Are you gaining something from this experience? Basically, they're agreeing with his notion that if you're an independent woman who has money and has a life beyond her guy, beyond her husband, she's not wife material because she would be taking care of her own business, of her own company, career, whatever it is, instead of helping him. And this is dude, this is not our problem. This is you problem. This is you not wanting to have a wife or a girlfriend who has her own thing going on, who has a life beyond you. You want a woman whose whole life is devoted to helping you and to supporting you. And not to say this is not what a relationship is. Of course, you support each other in a relationship, but the emphasis is on each other. You support each other. Not a woman supports a man. Not a woman submits to a man. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be a partnership, right? Isn't that what we're all striving for? A partnership when we both support each other. But if you're an independent woman, you cannot support your husband. How's that? What? Who said that? Yeah, you cannot. If you're an independent woman and you have a job, you probably cannot do the dishes every day and make him dinner, but you can hire someone to do that because you have money, or you can do it together, or you can switch, or whatever. It's not important, really. At the end of the day, it's just not what's important in a relationship. Who does the dishes, really? Have you ever been in a relationship, in an actual meaningful relationship? This is the last thing that's important. Doing dishes, making dinner, cleaning house. These things they are not that important. You can figure them out. And again, it seems like a you problem. You don't want a woman who has a job. You want a woman who's a follower. And yeah, that raises a lot of red flags and questions. But whatever, it's your life. You can do whatever you want. If you want a woman who does not aspire to any career, that's fine. And there are women like that, and they will be glad to have you, I guess. I don't know. But it doesn't mean that every man wants that. Basically, a podcast is about just, here's what I want in a woman. It's not about what all men want in women. It's just not. You can't generalize like that. It's not accurate. It's not accurate. I'm really happy I was not on social media when I was in my early 20s. I mean, social media wasn't really at the point it is right now. TikTok didn't exist. Instagram didn't exist. YouTube probably existed, but it did exist. It wasn't there yet. And I didn't have to hear these types of advice because I think it can mess you up a little bit. Like, now I know better. I know he's not right. I know he's just... It's about him. Everything he says is about him. It's not about men. It's not about women. It's about him personally and his experience and his probably trauma. But as a young, impressionable person, man or woman, you might actually buy into that, or at least start questioning that. And you shouldn't, really. Just don't. Just run away. Just do your own thing. You'll figure it out on your own. Just give yourself a couple of years. You'll figure it out.
Way around. Sorry,
I think what happens is that, like, society tells people that, like, or women that, like, you know, being a helpmate or a helper to your man is weak. And that being weakness is like, you know, you don't want to be seen as that bitch that's weak. So in that sense of like music, society, we're told that, hey, you know what? If you're a stay-at-home wife or you're helping your man, it might be seen as weak, but it's not.
It's not.
That's
You're being
true.
strongest thing you could do.
Yeah. Sorry.
But it's true.
Why didn't you cut this part out? The guy didn't really make any sense. And it just made him look dumb. It's another thing. His entire podcast is devoted to making him look good and everyone else look... Whatever. I'm not saying he's intentionally trying to make everyone sound like an idiot, but he doesn't care how other people come off. His co-hosts, their microphones are always not as loud as his.
That's what I'm talking about. You could say you're special in other regards, but I'm talking about between men and women, that is the game. That's how it is.
No, hold on, just real quick. So there's a lot of articles about you, right, out there, about things that you do or they say that you do. Obviously speaking, there are articles. It could be fake. It could be, who knows? It's an agenda being pushed there.
Also go into, because what they also say on their podcast is, for example, if you're a woman who is interested in later having a husband and a family, if you're posting certain pictures, if you're doing certain...
It's hard to understand what they're saying a lot of times, and he talks a lot more, he kind of interrupts people, and his titles are always about him, sometimes about some guests, but mostly it's about him. It's Myron does that, Myron does this. His name is Myron, by the way. Okay, whatever, you think women are stupid bitches, but this is your friend, I guess. This is like your co-host. Why are you making him look dumb?
Here's the thing, bro. Let's keep it all the way 1,000, all right? If I brought on a bunch of Harvard-educated women that weren't the best looking or looked like fucking whales, y'all niggas would not give a fuck what they gotta say. Just like a broke dude that lives with his mom that's a bum that smokes weed every day, no one gives a fuck what he gotta say. No one gives a shit what ugly women gotta say.
Yeah, I do not have a comment on that one. I just kill me. Just kill me.
Like, the real thing is, you wanna know who the smart girls are 9 out of 10 times? It's the girls that stay silent, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay attention. There's always 2 or 3 girls on the panel that stay silent because you can't refute facts. Those are the smart ones that aren't gonna necessarily argue, because you gotta remember, women aren't confrontational. I can't tell you how many times we've had girls on a pod, we'll sit there, we'll have a discussion, 2 or 3 girls are vocal, but the rest of them are like, no, everything you guys said is 100% true. I just didn't want to speak up and say anything about it. I was just listening.
Yeah, and this part, he openly admits that he doesn't really want to be challenged, because the girls who are smart, the girls who are good in his eyes are the ones who keep silent. Ain't that convenient? So the only girls who are smart are the girls who are not going to challenge him, who are not going to speak up and voice their opinions. That's convenient. That's very convenient, actually. Kind of smart how convenient that is. Everyone who challenges me is dumb. So stay quiet. Be a quiet, silent little bitch, and then we might invite you on our podcast, and maybe we'll even deem you as a smart woman. But behind closed doors, not like really on the podcast. We're not going to say you are smart. Just when you're not there, we might hypothetically call some of the women who were silent smart. So nobody really knows who are they talking about. I'm sold. Girls on this podcast are another example of token women who are only there for these men to justify whatever they're saying. They can say the most misogynist and just a terrible and incorrect stuff about women, and then say, here, we have women on our podcast and they're agreeing with us. It means that we're not being hurtful, it's just you're being a snowflake. So their sole purpose is just to be there, like as a sort of a distraction. Like if woman agrees with that, it means that he's not being wrong or problematic or insulting. It's similar to, transgender people on conservative side, like Blair White, who's like besties with Ben Shapiro and says that how smart he is and how great he is, and it's just disgusting. And basically her entire purpose on this platform is to, be sort of an excuse to transphobic people. Like, hey, Blair is on our side. It means we're not transphobic. We're just scientific.
Feminism, bro. Because what feminism has done is it's come in and it's told women you need to chase a career, chase a bag, make money. But the reality is we know from the studies, and we just know in general from a big predicator on female happiness is a family and children. It's not a career and making money.
And of course he pushes this agenda that women who are married and who have children are happier than non-married people. And he mentions some studies, but he doesn't really say what he means, what kind of studies, because the studies that I know, studies that I've read and I've seen, say the opposite. Women are happier without children or a spouse. says happiness expert. We may have suspected it already, but now the science backs it up. Unmarried and childless women are the happiest subgroup in the population, and they are more likely to live longer than their married and child-rearing peers, according to a leading expert in happiness. To be fair, I have no idea what they mean by happiness expert. It sounds kind of weird. But it's The Guardian, and it is based on a study, and the study was conducted by a professor of behavioral science at the London School of Economics. This is a professor who knows how to do research, who knows how to do stuff. So I think I would trust them over Myron, who just says shit to say shit. And this is actually part of the interview with Brittany Renner. Honestly, I didn't know who that was before this show, but it doesn't matter. It's a social media influencer or Instagram. She's just being really nice and really nice, too nice to these men.
Correct? I said men want sex, women want resources, attention, money, time, whatever it is from men.
I think for me, I don't know, I just feel like a naive girl, to be honest, because I do believe that there are good people who want the same things that I want.
She says that she's looking for an actual connection, for like a meaningful relationship, where her partner is not only looking for sex, they're looking for an actual relationship. They're looking to get to know her and to build something together, which is, yeah, that's valid. A lot of people want that. Of course, not every single person, but a lot of people want that, and it's okay. It's just how we are. But Myron just keeps saying that women want money, attention, and attractive guy, and all men want sex. He literally says that all men want sex. Every single guy on this planet only wants sex from women. That's it. They don't want anything else, only sex. I'm pretty sure she's smart enough to not believe in that, and I think she doesn't. But it's kind of heartbreaking because of, this dynamic when she's being vulnerable, she's being honest, she's being raw, and she's just sharing her own, and he's like, no, all men want sex. What are you talking about? All men want sex. And she posted some pictures in her underwear or something. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? And now that means that no one is supposed to take her seriously. How's that a thing? How's that still a thing? That if you're wearing not enough clothes and posting them online, you cannot be taken seriously? What is that? We didn't know that she had boobs before she posted a picture in a bikini. We didn't know that she actually had boobs before that. Who cares? Who cares about that? After this interview, I just wanted to hug her and to say, don't listen to them. You're great. You're gonna find someone. There are definitely men out there who do not support his views, and you're gonna be fine. You gotta make the conversation more real and less bumper sticker kind of statements that mean nothing and have no consequences and have no real life application anyways. So I don't know what to say in conclusion to that. I just really hope that people who consume his content also watch other people's content, or read, or better, just go out and live your life and actually gain experience from life, just from dating people, casually dating. You will get way more information that is important to you than from listening to his podcast. This is not real life. This is his echo chamber. This is his reality. This is his life. It has nothing to do with the actual reality. It's all about him. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, then please like and subscribe. If you don't, then whatever. And have a great day.